Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Becky. I just wanted to go ahead and dig a little deeper into the 7 steps to getting on the same page blueprint. I created this back in 2023 when I first started my business, trying to help families be able to have difficult conversations. Sometimes we forget that pain does not become our personality unless we allow it. And so I help people learn how to live more intentionally and to choose more carefully when they're making decisions for themselves. So I'm going to go through each of the courses in this program. Like I said, it is 7 steps, so it is a 7-week program, and you can go ahead and schedule a free consultation and we could talk about your current situation and how I can help. But this is a little bit of information about the courses that I have available. So course number 1 is a healthy relationship. A lot of times, at least in America, there are very few examples of what a healthy relationship looks like. So if you have one, or you've experienced one, or you've witnessed one, I am so excited for you because that is a rare thing in this world lately. But we will talk more about what it is to be in a healthy relationship, as well as how do you present yourself in relationships, and then a little more in depth into what that entails, because it's not just about trying to get the other person to change. So it's really about taking a look at the mirror at yourself, and so I will help you through that process during that first week. The problem is usually that you have trouble maintaining a healthy relationship. So when you're looking at your patterns, you really have to reflect on yourself, because you're the underlying denominator in all of the equations. The solution is learning how to be calm and respectful, but keeping your boundaries firm. And the benefits of this course is that you end up having improved emotional intelligence, and you learn how to take more radical responsibility for oneself. Even when you think that you've, reached a level of self-awareness where you're like, oh, I know myself, there's always something else that somebody can come in and kind of shine a light on and go, oh, wow, I didn't realize that that was still an issue, or, oh, I never even thought of it this way. So that's the first week. The second week, the course is identifying problems in the relationship. Usually the main underlying problem is that we're seeing that they're always fighting. So we look at the root of why we're seeing what we're seeing, and why people are experiencing what they're experiencing. So trying to really look at that problem and then look at the solution, which ultimately is learning to speak with a neutral tone to reduce anxiety and frustration. One of the benefits, the main benefit, is that you get improved conversations because everyone's more comfortable and open to guidance and feedback. It's never a fun conversation when you're sitting at a table and people won't speak. And so we want people to be able to sit at the table, advocate for themselves openly and comfortably. The third week, the course is determining obstacles that you both face. So usually the underlying problem here is that you cannot see the other person's point of view, whether it be you have, childhood traumas that make it hard for you to see the other person's point of view. Maybe your love language is different. Maybe your communication style is different. Maybe your emotional needs, your sensory needs, time constraints, work, stress load, whatever the obstacles are, we would take a look at those and learn how to really assess how that can impact things, right? We want to really be able to learn that each person is able to share their thoughts and their feelings without judgment. So we learn to really improve people's coping skills and their self-control during this week. During the fourth week, the course is taking a stance. So sometimes we want to take a harsh stance on something, and sometimes we can let the boundary go and be like, that's really not a big deal. For me, it's not a deal breaker. So, but learning how to be consistent So then that way people learn that your yes is a yes and your no is a no, and that you don't have a gray area that can leave room for confusion or misunderstandings. So usually the problem is that you're having trouble with the little man on the left shoulder, the one with the horns. And that means is usually I say you have a devil on one shoulder and an angel on the other. When you're making a decision, you really do have the choice to decide which one you're going to listen to. And sometimes we listen to the devil and have to learn things the hard way, and then we learn the lesson and we don't repeat it. Sometimes we're dumb and we make it a few times before we go, yeah, no, we're not going to ever do that again. And sometimes we watch other people make that mistake and go, yeah, I'm never going to even try that because I saw what happened to that one, and no thank you. So we learn how to take a stance, and what the benefit of this is we learn that we can make noticeable progress towards accomplishing our goals. In the week 5 course, that one is finding your inner wisdom. And the underlying problem is usually it's hard to find balance in your feelings. So sometimes we become overwhelmed, overstimulated. There's too many options, not enough options, feeling stuck, feeling overwhelmed, right? And so you can get lost in a tailspin. So the solution is learning how to be more aware of the impact that your individual decisions have on the family members or the team members, whoever's close to you. And we learned through this course is improved self-awareness, self-regulation when establishing and maintaining healthy boundaries. In the week 6 course, we do balancing the heart and the mind. So usually the problem here is that people are reacting to their pain instead of being proactive in handling obstacles that unexpectedly arise. So learning how to keep the emotions and the logic in balance. And that is different for men and women. So they have different approaches to doing this. So we want to teach everyone to be balanced within themselves in order to have the stability within the home. And the solution is to remember that not everything that you think is true. That goes for every human being on this planet. Nobody knows what the other person across from them is thinking. So we want to be more curious about behaviors, curious about communication styles. Behavior is trying to communicate something. So just ask more questions and see what that information reveals, right? We learn to have more improved trust through this validation because we allow people to be more authentically themselves without fear of being judged for being flawed or weird or goofy or having strange thoughts that they just needed to talk with someone about and kind of have a little bit of a pep talk on something, right? So week 7 is determining a resolution. So this course usually revolves around the problem of having a hard time resolving the conflicts. Sometimes we get caught in the therapy cycle of talking about the problem so much that, or even talking about the plan of how to solve the problem. I know for me, when I was 330 pounds, I was really great at creating exercise schedules of which body parts I was going to target this day, and but did I actually use those schedules as I should have? No, but I had a great time creating spreadsheets about what days I was going to be exercising. Oh, the silly things we do. So the solution for week 7 we'll talk about is what outcome is in the family's best interest. Because sometimes the adult has to be willing to say, well, I might have to compromise in this area. And sometimes the spouse or the child or the boss is going to have to find ways to compromise in a given situation. So the benefits of this course is that you learn improved behavior and a balanced, practical approach to making agreements. So this is just a quick snapshot of what the framework is for the courses that I've developed. And I've had 2 years now of developing these courses. I've had business coaches and life coaches and doctors and lawyers, and I talked with all kinds of different people in creating this business to make sure that I'm providing the best services that meet your needs. And so if you're here, then I am just so excited that you resonate with my messages, and I look forward to hopefully hearing from you. Go ahead and subscribe and like this message, so then that way you know when I am adding more content. And please leave me a message so I get to know my community a little bit more. I look forward to talking with you again in the next video. Have a great day.